welcome back to another reaction. I'm Andy Knox, and today I'm watching The Whale. So I've had this movie on my list for a while now, and I kind of was like, I should watch this movie on a good day because I know I'm going to be like an emotional wreck after I watch this movie. And I'm excited to see Brendan Fraser's performance. I love that he's back in the spotlight because, oh my god, he's incredible. I loved him in pretty much everything he's done so far. So when I saw the trailer for this movie, I started kind of crying, like tearing up. So I know this movie is literally just going to like make me want to just like curl up into a ball and just like sob for the rest of the night, but I'm doing it because I've been meaning to watch this movie and I really want to watch it. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what part of this movie got to you the most, and without further ado, let's get into the movie.
The point of this course is to learn how to write clearly. That's how you can effectively communicate your ideas.
Can't see him. Interesting.
And yes, the camera on my laptop still doesn't work. Believe me, you're not missing much. And remember, the more you revise these essays, the more you change, you'll express your thoughts and ideas more clearly and persuasively.
Wow. It's interesting how that zooms in. It's like you can't see him, but there's a reason for it. He makes the excuse, oh, my camera doesn't work, but there's something more going on. You can even hear it in his voice a little bit, you know? Oh no, his heart can't take it. Oh no.
Just use your key. Open the door.
Oh my gosh.
Read this to me.
Do you have a phone? My phone's dead. I need to...
Please just read it.
Okay.
Oh, poor guy.
And I felt saddest of all when I read the boring chapters that were only descriptions of whales, because I knew that the author was just trying to save us from his own sad story. This book made me think about my own life, and then it made me feel glad for him. I can't help you.
I don't go to hospitals. I'm sorry. You can go. Thank you for reading that to me.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
I should call my friend. She's a nurse. She takes care of me.
Yeah, I'll go. Sorry to bother you with that.
Wait, my phone fell under there. Can you?
Yeah, sure.
At least he has someone willing to help, regardless of what he saw on the screen, you know? Oh, man, he's so tall. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. His friend is kind of like, do something, but she knows he won't take care of himself. He can't, technically, you know?
You must be from New Life. You know Doug from the church council?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm sort of new here, so...
He's my dad.
Oh, that's interesting.
I know Charlie appreciates the help, but if you're here to convert him...
Oh, our message is a message of hope for people
People of all faiths.
She knows the whole spiel, dude. She grew up with it.
We don't need you coming over here, especially not now. Not this week.
Why?
Because he probably won't be here next week.
Where is he going?
He's going to die. I mean, geez. Can't you see it? Can't you hear it?
You have congestive heart failure. If you don't go to the hospital, you'll be dead by the weekend.
Well, then I better get to work because I have a lot of essays this week.
God damn it!
I'm sorry.
Did you still want to hear about Christ's message of love and salvation?
No, he does not!
Hey.
This kid just really wants to spread the word. He's not giving up.
Charlie.
Good at his job.
This affects me, too, you know? You're my friend.
I know. I'm sorry.
You say you're sorry one more time, I will shove a knife right into you, I swear to God!
Go ahead. What's it gonna do? My internal organs are 2 feet in at least.
He's got jokes. Aww. He's adorable.
I've been telling you this would happen.
I know.
Haven't I been telling you?
You have.
At least he has a good friend that's willing to help. And she's a nurse, which is even better. Especially for someone that lonely, you know? You need that companionship. Not willing to show himself to the world and everything. It's so sad. Oh no, don't enable him. Come on. Not fried chicken. Girl, a whole bucket.
Oh, I've seen this one. It's good.
And it zooms in as he's eating as well. It's just that slow zoom where it's kind of like the director's saying, this is not okay. This is abnormal. Maybe not for him, but for the average person. There's something wrong with this that you're seeing right now.
I feel bad for Ahab as well. Because he thinks that his life would be better if he can just kill this whale. This book made me think about my own life. book made me think about my own life.
Yeah, it's like that comparison between him and the whale in the book, and the fact that his student is sympathetic towards that story, and it gives him comfort because of that. That's really interesting. He should get some protein bars, just the chocolate ones. Basically the same as a candy bar, just better for you. Can't even tell. When he gets upset, he just eats. It's so sad. I'm guessing it's partially due to the fact that his boyfriend died, but I'm sure they'll go more in depth about like what caused this. Come on, you can spit it out. You don't need it. Is this the moment that he decides to change his life? I don't know. Wow, I can't imagine Brendan all day, every day, wearing that suit. Intense. I'm guessing it really helped him get into character, though, you know? Having all that weight on you, even though it's technically not as heavy as this character would be, you know what I mean? In terms of, like, how it feels, since it's synthetic.
So how's school? You're a senior, right?
You actually care?
Well, of course they care. Why are you, don't you have school?
Got suspended this morning.
If you don't graduate, then...
Are you actually trying to parent me right now?
No, I'm sorry. I just thought that maybe we could spend some time with each other.
I'm not spending time with you. You're disgusting.
Oh my god, that's horrible. Jeez, she has no respect for him whatsoever. It's nuts. The fact that he has to pay her to hang out with him.
How much can you pay me?
Everything I have. All the money I have in the bank.
How much?
120,000, something like that. I'd have to check. I never go out.
Stand up and walk over to me. No, without this thing. Just stand up and walk over here.
I can't really...
Shut up! Come over here.
And sometimes instead of like ridiculing and like screaming at someone, sometimes you just should encourage them. Although that's not for his daughter to do, obviously. God, so much weight on his legs. Ouch. Oh, gosh. Jeez, that hurt me. She's just gonna leave him there without his walker? Are you serious?
Gambinos!
They put a 20 in the mailbox.
Everything okay in there?
Was this like the paramedics or something? Did someone call someone? Maybe his friend asked them to like check in on him every so often too.
Where'd this come from? Was she here?
I just wanted to see her. Mary has kept her from me all this time.
Why do you suddenly need to see her so bad? Why now?
Because he's dying. I mean, come on, dude. Granted, I don't know the whole story or the whole situation of why he can't see her, but...
She needs some help in school, so I'm gonna help her with a few essays.
You haven't seen her since she was 8 years old and you're gonna reconnect with her by doing her homework for her?
It's fine.
What if something happens? What if you need help? Charlie, calm down. Hey, no.
It's so funny. People were like demanding him do things, calm down, all this stuff. It's like someone doesn't calm down just because you tell them to. You have to work through it with them. You know what I mean? It doesn't just happen just like that. Jeez, people, come on.
Bringing her over here is a bad idea. You have enough to deal with right now, you hear me? Do not bring her over here again.
Okay.
Technically, he didn't bring her over there. She came on her own volition, I'm pretty sure. But she's got a point. People don't want him to see her, then he shouldn't see her.
I tell you about this girl from a few nights ago. The puke was
no.
right her butt.
Is he choking? Make noise. Do something.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Poor guy.
God damn it, Charlie, what is wrong with you? Chew your food like a normal human being. You could have just died right in front of me.
I'm sorry.
could have died on his own if you hadn't been there. I love that he has these people to help him, support him, or at least her, but screaming at people doesn't really help the situation. He's clearly depressed. He's clearly got something else going on. It's so hard because you want to help, but it's also frustrating for you. That frustration leads to anger, which just makes things so much worse. Oh, man. And then she enables him because she wants to make him happy. It's very tragic.
Just pick a sentence from the reading and say it's good or some shit. I have given you all that I can in terms of structure, building a thesis, paragraph organization. But if all of that isn't built on your own original ideas and truthful analysis, it doesn't mean anything. Think about that as you write and revise. Think about the truth of your argument. I know this may sound silly, but it's important.
I wonder if at some point he's going to turn his camera on and let them see what he looks like. I wonder how they're going to react. I mean, clearly they've learned from him. They respect him and everything like that. I wonder if they'll accept him after he shows them his face. I don't know. Difficult task of picking something off the floor. Oof. No, at least he has a little thingy. Key. Next time, put it on a keychain or something, dude.
You know, I think you might like it if you actually read it.
You're just like my teachers. You think just because I'm not losing my shit over the poem, it's because I didn't read it. I did read it. It's overwritten and dumb and repetitive, and even though he thinks his metaphor of I is deep, it's actually just a bunch of bullshit.
Jeez.
That's an interesting perspective. It would make for an interesting essay.
Putting it all into perspective. That's a good teacher.
I'll write these essays for you. I want you to do some writing just for me.
I hate writing essays.
Just think about the poem for a while. Be honest. Tell me what you really think.
You want me to write what I really think?
She's gonna write something about him, I bet. Then he's gonna help her out with that, probably. Later on, she's gonna have a new appreciation for her father or something. It's so sad how one tragic event can change someone's life so drastically. He's clearly hurting. He has been for years, but he hasn't really had someone to really help him pinpoint that and change it.
Hi. I was looking for Charlie.
He's in the bathroom.
Oh, I can come back if...
New friends!
I'm sorry, what's happening?
I wonder why she's taking pictures.
5-page minimum.
It'll be good, I promise.
I'm Ellie.
Thomas.
I guess Ellie just hates everybody.
I really think that God brought me here for a reason. There's a reason why I knocked on your door right when you needed someone the most. Isn't there any way I can help? I mean, that's the entire reason why I became a missionary in the first place, right?
Well, there's something you could do for me.
I'm not...
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I just...
No.
With what you were watching the first time I came in here,
I am not attracted to you.
Just be his friend. He just wants friends.
Thomas, tell me the truth. You find me disgusting.
No, I just want to help. Please, just let me help.
Thank you.
Thomas, his little helper. So sweet of him.
You can go now.
Liz.
Making new friends.
Go home!
No need to be rude. Don't be jealous.
I know this is fun for you. You get to travel around, act superior than everyone else, and eventually you go home, get some boring job, have too many kids. It's God's plan. But there are other types of people like Charlie, for whom this amazing plan doesn't fit. So just stay away from him. He doesn't need this right now.
I disagree.
Excuse me?
Sorry, he's dying.
He needs people. Just people. Love and support. I mean, that's the thing. He doesn't seem like a bad person or anything like that. He's just someone that seemed to go through something. You know, if he was a bad person and a piece of shit or whatever, I'd be like, oh, screw him. But it seems like just like a normal person. Didn't treat anyone poorly. Sure, he did like technically leave his wife for a guy, but sometimes you gotta go with who you love, you know what I mean?
You want to watch some Maury? Actually, I got another night shift tonight. I better, You good for the night?
Interesting. She spends so much of her time with him. I wonder if she has someone too. If she actually has someone else in her life that like also helps her or takes care of her, or she mostly spends all of her time with him. Are they both just so lonely that they've got to take care of each other in a way because they don't have anyone else? Interesting. He can't even go inside. It's like he can never go back to that part of his life. He's so distanced from it and he can't do anything about it. It's an interesting way to portray that.
Gambinos!
Yeah, you can,
Money in the mailbox. Leave it on the bench.
yeah, thanks.
I'm Dan.
What?
My name. It's Dan.
Hi, Dan.
I've been coming here for a while now. Just thought you'd want to know my name.
Charlie.
Hey, Charlie. Have a good night, okay?
Aww. People just wanting to be there for him. So cute.
This apartment smells. This notebook is retarded. I hate everyone.
Is that a haiku?
This apartment smells. This notebook is retarded. I hate everyone.
She's brilliant. Amazing. Oh no.
When I read the boring chapters, that were only descriptions of whales.
I feel like I have to breathe with him. Jeez.
Do you have it?
It's almost done. You can wait while I finish it up. Print it out.
It's interesting that they put the dates at the bottom. It's like they're counting down to his death, maybe.
When I left your mom, she did not want me around you. I hoped that she would change her mind eventually, but she...
You could have just fucking called me. You could have been a part of my life.
Who would want me to be a part of their life?
It's such a sad statement for someone who's actually a decent human being and just went through something traumatic. My gosh.
I hope you know what an amazing person you are. I couldn't ask for a more incredible daughter. I'll print that up for you now.
Wonder what's going on in her head right now. What is this? God, she's not gonna try to murder him or anything, is she? Jeez. Maybe like put him out of his misery or something? Be horrible. It's like before he was really healthy and happy and then just let it all go.
So why do you keep coming back here?
He needs God in his life right now.
That's a stupid reason. Do you think he wants to have sex with you? That is so gross. Oh my god. Take a hit.
I don't want
If you don't take a hit, I'm gonna call the police and I'm gonna tell them that you tried to me. Take a hit.
Jeez, this girl. Just calm down, lady. God.
Look, I'm just fucking with you, alright? I'm not gonna kill anyone. I'm not gonna tell anyone that you tried to me.
You're not gonna give him any more Ambien?
No.
Seriously, if you hate him so much, then why
I'm
do
done
you...
answering questions now.
There's clearly a reason. Maybe something's not going right at home or something. She needs to get out.
Can I take another hit?
It goes against your religion, and that makes you a hypocrite. Go ahead.
Such a bad influence. My gosh, lady. Come on, girl.
I'm not attracted to you at all. Just to let you know. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, I just don't think you're very good looking or interesting.
I think she's one of those people that needs to keep her thoughts to herself. She just lets all of her intrusive thoughts just come out, like word vomit, basically.
My parents knew I was getting high while out witnessing for the church.
You're not from New Life. There's a kid in the grade below me who goes there. He told me that they stopped doing door-to-door stuff last year. And some woman was out preaching or whatever, and a guy answered the door with no clothes on.
I gotta go.
Who were you really?
What?
Why do you care?
Because I think we have a blossoming friendship.
You're just messing with me.
Where is he from then? Jeez. Just like a scam artist or something? Trying to take his money?
This guy Jerry, all he had us doing was standing on corners and handing out pamphlets.
So why'd you leave then?
I was worried I was gonna get arrested for stealing from the mission. $2,436.
Oh.
Is she recording this conversation or something?
I thought I could use this money for my own mission. You know, see my faith save just one person. But now I'm almost out of money. I can't go home. My parents probably want to disown me.
I don't know what to do.
Oh no. Does he think there's money in the Bible? A lot of people do that.
Mom,
Don't freak out.
Oh no. Jeez.
How much money did he offer you? All of it?
How do you know about the money?
You think I'm an idiot?
Charlie doesn't have any money.
She doesn't know?
Mary.
Where do you think all the money from his teaching has been going? The account for Ellie?
That's not true, is it? We could have gotten you anything you needed. Special beds, physical therapists, fucking health insurance.
Why would he want to spend all of that money on health shit though?
Mom, you're not getting any of my money.
Oh, shut up, Ellie. Leave. Right now.
Wait. I know you didn't mean to hurt me. I know that
You know what?
didn't
Listen to me.
mean-
Listen. I don't care about you.
You know, the fact that he has so many people that like despise him, like I want to understand their hatred towards him. I feel like there's not enough of a reason. Like he's a nice guy that fell in love with someone else. Is there something else I'm missing? I mean, yes, granted, he did stay away from his daughter, but that's because her mother doesn't want him to be around her.
She's amazing.
You still do that. That positivity. It's so annoying.
Just trying to balance us out.
Yeah. I guess I do miss that. That one thing. That and the cooking.
Difficult sight to see, for sure.
Now you know why I kept you from her.
What?
She's awful.
Oh.
Isn't she? She's a terror, and you think it's my fault.
Wait. Is that why you kept her from me all this time? You thought that I would think that you're a bad mother?
That's a little ridiculous, to be honest. Come on.
I don't take any pleasure in admitting it. I'm her mother, for Christ's sake. She's evil.
She's not evil.
What'd she do? To call someone evil, that's a lot. Like, did she murder someone? Did she... Oh, is she gonna show him the pictures that she takes or something?
There'll be a grease fire in hell when he starts to burn.
That's horrible.
I've made quite a few appearances on that thing.
She's a strong writer.
Always finding the silver lining.
This isn't evil. This is honesty. Do you know how much bullshit I've read in my life?
My God, I don't understand you, Charlie.
Every time I call and ask you how she's doing, you say she's fine. If she's so evil, then
What was I supposed to tell you? You didn't want to hear that stuff.
I could have helped her.
She doesn't want your help. She doesn't want anyone. The only reason you married me in the first place was to have a kid. I know that.
Barry, please.
Gonna give him a heart attack. Come on, man. Chill.
I never got to say that I was sorry.
What would you have to be sorry about?
For keeping your kid away from you?
When Ellie was little, when we took that trip to the Oregon coast together, Ellie played in the sand and we laid out on the beach. I went swimming in the ocean. That was the last time I ever went swimming, actually. I kept cutting my legs on the rocks. And you said for days after that, I smelled like seawater.
It's interesting how they only show us glimpses of what he looked like beforehand. Kind of like the silhouette or like, an image, but it's blurred, or like, him far away, blurred. They don't actually show his true frame back then. So we're only kind of like guessing.
I need to make certain that she's gonna be okay. We can't give up on her.
You gave up on her when she was 8 years old.
I wish I could have been a part of her life, Mary.
You have money. Just go to the hospital.
We both know that money is for Ellie.
Yeah, one hospital visit and the entire thing is gone. So why would he want to spend that? It's for his daughter.
She's gonna be okay.
I need to go.
Mary, she doesn't
have to go.
have anyone else. I need to know that I have done one thing right with my life.
I raised her, and you're giving her the money. It's the best we could do.
I just feel so bad for him. It's like this movie is a testament of like how important communication is and being there for people. Yeah, someone left their family to fall in love with someone else, but tried to keep in contact, but they just pushed him away. I mean, what else is he gonna do? Then his lover dies. Everything goes to shit.
Charlie? You okay?
Yeah. The money is in the,
Sure. You sure you're doing okay?
Aww.
Yeah. Thanks, Dan.
Have a good night, okay?
Aww. I love that we don't even see Dan, but we know he cares. That's great. Oh, jeez. you gotta go and ruin things, man. You had a good thing going.
Readings?
Oh no. Over the bullshit, over everything, just let's fucking go. Alright, let's see how they respond, man. It's just taking a hold. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I've never seen anything like this. And again, we have that camera pull in, just showing us how unnatural this is, how grotesque.
When I read this, I finally got it. I finally understood why God brought me here to you. So I could help you understand what happened to Alan so it doesn't happen to you too. He chose his life with you over God. He never prayed for salvation, but it's not too late for you.
Oh my god.
Your complaints have been heard. Have been replaced by someone who will no doubt have you rewrite and rewrite and rewrite. But some of you saw my post about writing something honest. Adam, you wrote, I think I need to accept that my life isn't going to be very exciting. You all wrote these amazing, honest things. And you've been so honest with me that
Oh, he's gonna reveal himself.
I just want to be honest with you too.
Oh man.
These assignments don't matter. This course doesn't matter. These amazing, honest things that you wrote, they matter.
Wow. It's interesting. We only got their facial reactions. We didn't hear anything from them. They were kind of recording and things like that, but maybe they were going to say, hey, it doesn't matter. You're a great teacher. You know what I mean? You never know.
I really hate you for putting me through this again. You know that? Those last few months before Alan, I'd come over here, shake him, scream at him, just trying to get him to fucking eat something. God, that was awful.
It was awful for me too.
Oh, you weren't the one who had to identify his body all bloated.
They wouldn't let me. I wasn't family.
It's starting to make sense. Alan stopped eating, and he just kept eating.
I got you 2 meatball subs, extra cheese. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're enabling him, but I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. He's dying.
Nobody could have saved him. Believe me, I spent years trying. I don't think I believe anyone can save anyone.
You have to save yourself. It's all about your your mental health.
Do you ever get the feeling that people are incapable of not caring? People are amazing.
What the fuck did you do?
Jeez, scare the crap out of me.
What's wrong with him?
He's dying.
So call someone.
No,
Call a fucking ambulance.
Liz.
I'll call someone. Charlie, I'll wait downstairs.
Why'd you do that?
What?
I failed.
It's a really good essay.
I don't care about you. I don't care that you're dying. Do you want me to fail out of high school?
I didn't write it.
This is the essay that you gave me yesterday.
Didn't read it.
I don't need to read it.
Read it.
I know what this is. I wrote this.
You never forget anything. Was just trying to save us from his own sad story. Just for a little while.
It was her essay.
This essay is you.
Stop saying that! What's the matter?
Ellie,
No, okay. I can't be here right now.
you're perfect.
My ambulance is coming. They'll help you.
No, they won't.
You're going to the hospital.
No, if you want help, read it to me. If you read it,
You fat fucking asshole.
you'll help if
Fuck
you read
you!
it. Please.
Fuck you!
Ellie!
Please read it.
In the course of the book, the pirate Ahab encounters many hardships.
Gosh, is he gonna do it?
This is sad because this whale doesn't have any emotions and doesn't know how bad Ahab wants to kill him. He's just a poor, big animal.
He did it.
And then it made me feel glad for him.
Oh man. Just goes full circle. Of course, we have that Darren Aronofsky ending. It kind of reminds me a little bit of The Fountain, just like, floating back into space, into his bliss when he was at the beach with the score playing in the background and everything like that. And oh my God, the way it went full circle, and you find out that it's actually his daughter's essay that he's been reading throughout the entire thing, the analogy of the whale and everything going on. It definitely got to me. What's interesting, I think, is the characters surrounding him. I felt like a lot of the times it was a lot about them rather than him and his experience with himself, but I guess it's also how people around him also are affected by what he has gone through in his life and the decisions that he made as well. But of course, I think out of all of the performances in the movie, Brendan Fraser just stole my freaking heart. His character honestly seemed like the sweetest person, always had a silver lining, always wanted to have a smile on his face when he was around other people and stuff like that. And I don't know if people kind of took advantage of that before, but of course, obviously we had people that kind of distanced themselves from him and kind of just like were upset with him because he left his family to be with someone he loves. But, in all honesty, when something like that happens, yes, people will be upset. Yes, people would be hurt. But at the same time, if someone really wants to be with someone that they actually truly love, it's kind of one of those things that is really difficult, because on one hand, you want that person to be happy. On the other hand, there's also people that are affected by it. And it's kind of like a domino effect. And then the fact that his lover actually ended up dying and also not taking care of himself and not feeding himself because of all of these things happening in his head. Going to Brendan Fraser's character, who just fed himself too much, overate because of everything that was going on in his mind and, not being able to handle all of his emotions and things like that. God, so intense, especially that scene where he's just gobbling up everything he sees. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in film or in general. Like, the fact that he got so out of control and he just, it just kept going and going and going and going, and just, it was just so intense. But then we also had that moment where he was just like, fuck everything, fuck it. I'm going to type to my students, like, be yourself, be as authentic as possible, throwing in all those F-bombs. It ended up that, he lost his job, which he probably just was like, fuck it, I'm about to die anyways. Let me change these kids' lives. He was inspired by his daughter, who helped change someone else's life. But it's also interesting because we didn't have any sort of reaction for the students other than their facial expressions, which is kind of like, I kind of would have liked to have that someone say, hey, you're amazing. It doesn't matter what you look like or anything like that. Sure, this is different from what we thought, but you are a teacher and you're awesome. Granted, you're not our teacher anymore, but still, like, you taught us and inspired us and things like that. That's what I really kind of wanted to see. But regardless, like, his performance was just so well done. Oh my God, I can't imagine what being on that set was like too. Just so intense, having to deal with the suit and everything like that, and all of the emotions surrounding everything. All in all, I really wish I had a little bit more of, like, it's kind of hard because I wish I had a little bit more of him and Alan together, understanding their story and everything like that. We had little bits and pieces, and I kind of do appreciate that they didn't do the flashbacks too heavily in this movie, but I kind of wish I could have seen, like, an interaction with him and Alan at some point, like face to face, like in bed together, like, looking at each other's faces, or, at the beach, or, whatever. Those descriptions that he was saying, he was telling us, I would have rather seen it rather than being told it, but it's completely fine, with the narrative and everything and how things were going. It's all about, like, talking to people about certain things that were happening. But it was interesting too, because obviously, like, the communication with all of these characters is so off. People are just so angry at him for not only doing what he wanted to do and kind of being selfish in that sense, but also the fact that, he was just kind of unable to take care of himself because of all of these things that were happening in his head and all the trauma that he experienced. But people were more so telling him to do things rather than really easing their way in and kind of trying to understand what he's going through and how it's affecting him. And obviously, granted, family members and friends aren't therapists or anything like that. They aren't aren't people that are like, trained in that sense. But it's an interesting way to see how people interact with the inability to control certain situations, because for the most part, all they want to do is control. They say, calm down, stop being ridiculous, all of these things, but they don't say, hey, do you want to talk about like what's going on? Let's talk about it. Let's go through all of these motions together, because they also had their own traumatic experiences and they didn't feel comfortable expressing that. Like with the wife and everything like that, or his ex-wife, she told him 8 years later that she kept her daughter from him because she didn't want him to be hurt by her, which is just kind of like one of those things where it's like, you could have told him that way beforehand. Maybe he wouldn't have gotten to where he is today, in terms of like, not taking care of himself and things like that. Sometimes communication is all people need in order to really truly understand that they're not alone in their thoughts. They're not alone in whatever they're going through. And just to tell him that practically on his deathbed really does a disservice to him, because you're telling him that you kept his daughter from him, someone who he was really trying to get into his life the entire time, and he thought he was the reason. And that's one of the reasons probably that he did what he did, because he thought he was terrible, disgusting, a horrible person, and all of these things. And it's just like, man, it really gets me thinking about like the things that I do in my life and how I interact with other people and how the things that I say or do may affect them. And yeah, it's just like really interesting how movies like this can really change your perspectives on people and also just help you understand how other people live their lives and how things affect them, how negative experiences can affect them as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed his performance. It was really interesting seeing all of the characters interact with him, those that wanted to help and those that pretended they didn't want to help but then actually did. Very interesting story. A very interesting way of like pushing in the camera as well every time you see those kind of grotesque moments or the unusual moments, things that he was keeping from people or things that you would not like normally see when you're around certain people or in life in general, especially with the blank screen when he was interacting with the students and things like that. But yeah, intense movie, and I'm gonna try to watch something really lighthearted now because yeah, this definitely got to me. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you thought of this movie, and I'll see you in the next one.